Hello students and welcome to the sociology class. So students, if you remember, then we have finished the 5th chapter of your book number 1, that is Patterns of Social Inequality and Exclusion. So this brings us to begin with chapter number 6 of your first textbook, and the chapter is Challenges of Cultural Diversity. So in this chapter we will try to analyze all the differences, all the diversities that are found in India and how these diversities are challenging India as a united country. So we will be dealing about all these topics one by one. Please pay attention from the very beginning, students, because the chapter is long, okay? And also you might find difficulties in understanding the various terms attached to this chapter. So from the very beginning, kindly listen to all the audios, watch all the videos that will be given, and also make sure that you do your homework regularly, because if you maintain all these things from the very beginning, then you will be able to understand everything. Alright, so let us begin with the introduction and the first topic of this chapter today. The challenges of cultural diversity. So students, let us begin first with the objectives associated with this chapter. So in this chapter, we will first study the difficult challenges that are posed by the immense diversity of Indian society. We will then try to be familiar with the cliches and slogans about India being a land of unity in diversity. And lastly, we will try to identify the hard and complex side to the various diversities in India. So keeping in mind all these learning objectives of this chapter, let us proceed with the introduction of this chapter. So before going to the introduction, this picture, if you see, this represents cultural diversity. So let me explain you now. The term diversity means differences. Just because we say diversity, it does not mean inequality in any way. Okay, so diversity may mean difference, it may mean distinction, but all the time diversity does not emphasize inequality. So when we say that India is a nation of great cultural diversity, we mean that there are various kinds of social groups and communities living here in India. Alright, so because of the various social groups and communities that are here in India, we have the tendency of calling India a country with lots and lots of cultural diversity. So these communities that we are talking about, they are defined by certain cultural markers. Okay, so cultural markers in the communities may be language, religion, sect, race or caste. So based on all these cultural markers, we form a community. Okay. And when there are various kinds of communities in a country, in a nation, then there might be some difficulty. Difficulty arises when there is competition or conflict between the various communities. All right. So now let us try to understand the various challenges that cultural diversity may, have. So the difficulties arise from the fact that cultural identities are very powerful. Okay, cultural identities are very powerful in the sense that these identities are attached to the emotions and sentiments of the people, because of which there is intense passion among the people as far as their culture is concerned. And that is why, because of this inherent emotion and passion in the people, there is a tendency of mobilizing the people whenever necessary. So if there is any problem related to the cultural diversity or related to somebody's culture, in that case there is a chance that there might be some movement where large number of people belonging to that culture might take part, and this happens due to intense passion, intense feeling of passion towards the culture of somebody. All right, so these cultural differences, they are accompanied by economic and social inequalities. And because at times there is economic and social inequalities, therefore things might get complicated and more mobilization of people might take place. Then, measures to address the inequality or injustice suffered by one community can provoke opposition from other communities. Okay, so suppose today one community in India is facing injustice. So in that manner, if the government tries to give some preventive measures for them, then this might hurt the sentiments of the other communities, of the other cultures. Okay, and since it hurts the sentiments of the other culture, therefore there might be opposition from the other side, which will lead to conflict. And more conflicts are there, worst situations are there when the scarce resources, those resources which are found, which are very scarce to be found, which are very limited, when those resources are to be distributed and shared, like river water, job, government fund, etc. When these things have to be shared with the other communities, in that case the situation may become worse. Now, let us try to understand what exactly is a community and what do we mean by community identity. Okay, so a community is a group of people living in the same place or having a a particular characteristic in common. So community means nothing. It is a large group of people, and this large group of people, they live in a particular place. All right, and there is something common in them. So that is a community. Then community identity. Community identity refers to the identity of an individual on the basis of his birth and belonging to a particular family that stands somewhere in the social hierarchy and kinship. So community identity is something which a person gets on the basis of his birth. He may belong to a particular family, yes or no? And that family may stand in some kind of social hierarchy or kinship in the social structure. So this is community and community identity. So community means the group of people living together, having certain particular features in common. And community identity means the identity of an individual on the basis of where he is born, okay, to which family he is born, etc. Now let us quickly see the characteristics or the features of community identity. So firstly, remember that community identity is ascribed status. It is not achieved. Ascribed means that the time you are born into a particular community. Okay, and with time, as you keep growing, you keep on loving your community. Clear? Then, community identity is universal. It is said to be universal because it is present everywhere. Okay, it may be in terms of a religion, a country, mother tongue, culture, value, belief, etc. So these traits are universal in nature. They are found everywhere. Then, when two countries or two groups are in conflict with each other, then very rarely does one country or group accept that they are wrong, even though either both are wrong or one is wrong. It means that if one community is in conflict with the other community, in that case, an individual belonging to his community will always support the community he belongs to. And this happens because of his emotions, because of his love towards the community to which he belongs. His community may be wrong, okay? But even then, he has the tendency to take the side of his community because this community is attached to his emotions since he is born there and he has been taught to love that community. Okay, so if our community is wrong, we try not to accept that we are wrong. We try to prove in every way that we are right and it is the other community in conflict who is wrong. All right, I hope you're getting my point, students. So this is your homework for today.
Today's explanation, I have not made a very long one because I want you all to first understand the basics of this chapter. All right. So, based on today's explanation, I would like you all to see these homework and do it in your copy. So the first question is, what is community identity? State any two features. And this is what exactly we have studied just now, just before we reached this slide. Number 2 is define cultural diversity. This also we have discussed. And lastly, identify two cultural markers in our society. Okay, and the last date of submission of this homework is 23rd of May, that is Saturday. All right, so on Saturday or even before that, you are free to submit me your homework anytime between 8 to 9. So students, that's all for today. Thank you so much for your cooperation.